Hey, the folks, I got a new pair of boots for you, a little daytime review. You can see by the sunlight. So, what I have here is something pretty awesome for me. I've been saving up a little bit of money, and I've always wanted a pair of these. You know, I'm becoming a boot fanatic. I think my last Chelsea boots review were on the Liverpools by Alan Edmonds. I have with me today are the R.M. Williams Chelsea boot. So standard fare for this Chelsea boot, what they normally come with a good handmade boot. This has a cork bed midsole that will conform and customize to your foot. It also has a 360 Goodyear welt, which means it's totally recraftable, which RM Williams offers that service for you, or you can send it to your own shoe repair guy. There's tons of them on my Facebook group page, the Alan Edmonds Enthusiasts. There's a lot of guys that can do a better job, but you could do it at RM Williams if you desire. It's one piece of yearling leather. Yearling is a year-old cow, so it's a young cow. It's a little bit more softer, a little bit more durable. But you can see here, it's one piece of leather that's stitched together on the heel. Just to compare, I want to show you my Alan Edmonds, which is not a one-piece leather, and you can see there, it's stitched over there. It's stitched in a couple of places. So that's what they market it as a one piece of leather. This model right here, this particular model is the classic. I'm sorry, it's not the classic. It's the Comfort Craftsman. Comfort because it has a rubber outsole as opposed to the classic Craftsman, which has a leather outsole. So the classic has a leather outsole. They cost the same. They're both $4.95. Yes, I know it's a little pricey. The leather is red on the classic. It's a lot sexier. I gotta tell you, I hemmed and hawed about it. I didn't know which one to get. I eventually selected the Comfort Craftsman. I did go to the store previous to this. You should have seen a video of me walking to it. And when I was slipping and sliding in the leather, I said, you know what? I'm going to do the rubber outsole because the rubber outsole is a little bit more durable, they say. It's oil-resistant rubber. It's got the sewn-in welt that you can see right there, totally recraftable. It's got a fiberglass shank. Some people put like a wooden shank, a steel shank. This one has a fiberglass shank. And additional to the cork bed midsole, inside is a Comfort insole. So the young man that helped me out at the store said that it feels more like a sneaker. Now, one thing about the RM Williams Chelsea boots, they have no break-in period. I pop these on. They are comfortable. I've already worn it a few times, and you can see, you can't even see any wear on it. Maybe some scuff on the rubber, but this is as advertised, super durable. It is a little bit snug. So if you got wide feet, I got wide feet. And I'll show you why I bought these RM Williams, because I wanted something a little bit more snug, that fit a little better, that look a little more dressier. And for me, this fits the bill, right? It is a little snug. Now, Alan Edmonds markets the Liverpool the same way, that it's a little bit snug. If you like that look, if you got wide feet or super wide feet, forget it. These aren't for you. These do fit your hands like a glove. Now, I'll show you the difference. So, these are the RM Williams, and I'll show you my Alan Edmonds. Now, you guys know I did this review. I'll put the link below. Now, in Alan Edmonds' defense, in this Liverpool, this was a wider shoe. This was a E, not a D. But as you can see, it's basically the same. It's got square toe, basically the same shape. It might be a little bit wider here. Now, this is indicative of a wider shoe, more leather, right? Now, I could oil this, but now you see the difference, right? I've worn this a few times. I've worn this a few times, and you can see where the leather folds, and I thought that was just unattractive. It might be good for jeans, but not for business attire. I thought it just looked terrible. Terrible. Now, don't get me wrong. Both comfortable. I'm not going to lie. This is more comfortable. The RM Williams is more comfortable. It does feel like a sneaker. Now, I regularly wear 8.5, 9. I believe these are 8.5. Yes, I got small pads. Now, this is the only knock on RM Williams. They got crazy sizing. Now, if you're going to order it online, they got an extensive, crazy instructions on how to measure your foot. I'm lucky enough to live here in Manhattan where they have a store on Spring Street. So I just went there. And I went with the gentleman measured me on their, on whatever you call that scale. And they got some crazy Australian sizing, European sizing. Now we're 8.5, 9. In the RM Williams, I'm a 7. G, don't ask me what the G is for. That's the width. I think G, I believe, is like their D here in the United States. Don't quote me on that. But if you're here in New York, go try it out. You're better off trying it on. I tried on the 7, 7.5. The 7 was more comfortable, and it fit like a glove. I mean, it just looked so damn sexy. It looks so good with, with my suit. Now, they have different colors. It comes in the black. It also comes in chestnut, which I looked at. It was a little bit of a dark brown. A little reddish. Could have pulled it off as business, not quite. I was looking more for business, and the young man that helped me was wearing the black with jeans. It looked good. Now, if you want something brown, because, yeah, what are you saying? Mike, you got 2 black Chelsea boots. You're right. You're right. I could have gone with the brown, but I went with the black. I wanted something for business attire. And it looked good in casual wear when I saw the young man wearing it. They also have it in tan, if you're kinky like that, and nutmeg, if that tickles your fancy. Right? The store was awesome. I'm going to put clips of it after this to show you their display. And they got a couple of breakdowns of the shoes that you'll see in a little bit. But just awesome. So this is, again, this is the Comfort Craftsman. They have the classic Craftsman, which is the leather sole. This is the rubber sole. They also have a dynamic flex. So they offer different varieties of these Chelsea. The dynamic flex is a combination of the rubber and the leather. So whatever tickles your fancy, they have it. The people were so helpful in the store. They were pretty cool. They let me record some of their shoes that they had on display. Pretty nice stuff. And again, this has a square toe. They also have a round toe. If you don't like the square toe, I mean, it's a little squarish, but they also have a regular round toe. If that's more your style, they have that. No breaking in period, folks. No breaking. I've worn this a couple of days now. It's super, super comfortable. Yes, it does come at an expensive price point of $4.95. You're going to say, Mike, you are nuts. That's not Shell Cordovan. Yes, I agree. I don't know. I broke down. I don't regret it. It is super comfortable. It's exactly what I wanted. It looks great. The young man told me that there is some kind of like a, he said like a, what do you call that? There's some kind of like a plastic inside the toe cap that will maintain this. So you'll see when I start wearing this, this will start wrinkling and gloving. It is a grainy leather, so you can see some graining already. But this toe cap will never lose shape because it's got some kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a cage in there, like a cap toe cage that will maintain this shape. So for your information, they sold me this thing this is a leather conditioner that RM Williams. They recommend you put on every 4 weeks to maintain the leather. We'll see what happens. I've only had it a couple of days, but yeah, they recommend you do it, or maybe something horrible will happen. But pretty good, decent warranty with RM Williams. If you have any issues, return to them. They'll fix it. And again, you'll see in the video what I have. The rubber sole, the only thing I don't like is these things. I don't mind 1. I don't care for 2. I don't mind. The branding is okay because, again, this won't be an issue if I was wearing jeans. But in business attire, this always gets caught on the cuffs of my pants. So if I had to ask RM Williams something, look, a little stitching come loose already. I gotta singe that off. I would tell him just maybe put 1, not 2. I don't know. Nice stretchy material. Just beautiful. And this, they actually said this actually lasts longer than the leather. They say it's more durable. I had my doubts because I was told in the past by other people that leather lasts longer, but they swear that this lasts longer. And I'm going to have to take their word for it. They're the experts over there. But again, it's the same price, whether you get the leather or the Comfort Craftsman with the rubber outsole. It's the same price. It just looks a little sexier with the leather. The leather outer sole is red. It's got like this gold medallion here with R.J. Williams. If that's what your preference is, it definitely looks sexier. This is not sexy. This is for function. This is for wearing every day. I believe what they said, that's just going to last a little longer. I plan to wear these throughout Manhattan when I go to work. So this is what I'll be wearing. I went for comfort instead of style. And then to get the leather, I might have to get tapped. So you know what? Screw it. I went with the leather outsole. Again, folks, it's not for everybody. It is very expensive at $495. They even had more expensive versions of it with the leather. Different leather, different coloring. You'll see it on the end on my video. But just wanted you guys to see my new RM Williams, and alarm on my car is going off. All right, guys, check out the vid following this. Peace.